Hi, I'm Jean McDonald. I'm a transitions coach, and I also help people with caregiving, both for people new to the caregiving role and how to cope with that, but also to help caregivers take care of themselves. I bring 65 years of my life experience to the table here. And what we're doing in this mini series is going over 10 ways to cope with big change. These ways were listed in an article in Psychology Today back from 2017, an article written by Stephanie Sarkis. And I've taken these 10 ways to cope and adding how I approach these 10 ways. And hopefully, this is to help you understand and maybe see a different way to approach these coping mechanisms. Now, we're on number 9 of the 10, and number 9 of the 10 in these ways to cope with big changes is to vent, but to a point. This is where having that close friend that you can just kind of unload on a little bit is really helpful. I have a friend like that. I have my partner that I can just, okay, once I unload it, once I say it out loud, is often enough to calm me down, to bring me back to myself. Because when we're going through big changes, I bring up the term overwhelm. It can be overwhelming because you're outside of your comfort zone. You're you're dealing with things you don't normally have to deal with. You're trying to create your new reality out of it, and it's all this stuff going on. And sometimes I find when I'm being coached by a life coach, I love to be coached, is oftentimes I just need to talk through the process, say what I feel, acknowledge that it's okay to feel that way, and then look at what I need to do next. Now, some people find that venting is a pastime. I had an aunt that all she did was complain about her life. She never seemed to do anything about it, but she complained a lot. And that's going to drive people away from you. And that becomes unproductive to a point. There's venting, and then there's just whining and complaining, which is kind of a lower energy place to keep yourself. You want to get past, you want to let out your feelings. When you hold too much inside, it'll take a toll on you physically, emotionally, mentally. And sometimes it's just nice to talk. Now, if you don't have anyone in your sphere that you feel comfortable talking to, you may hire someone to talk to, or the lovely way that many people use is write it down, put it in a journal. And if you're worried about someone reading it, write it down, look at it, and then set it on fire, shred it, throw it away. But you've allowed those feelings to unfold, to process. It's venting is actually a type of processing for many of us. I'm one who, like I said, I need to speak and talk in order to process. So venting in turn, I don't need the other person to solve the problem for me. I just need to talk about the problem, and then my solution comes to me. So any way that you find healthy to vent, whether it's share with a friend, share with a stranger, share with a journal, share with God, pray. You know, praying is okay. It's a way to unfold our fears, our concerns, and turn it over to a higher source. So vent, but to a point. Our next video will be way number 10 of how to cope with big change. Thank you for listening. I hope what I have to share is giving you a different perspective on how this can all work in your life. You can find my information on carewithoutdespair.com or jeanmcdonald.com. Until next time, Try some of these techniques, even if you're not going through a big change. Keep a journal or share your feelings. Doesn't hurt and can help. Okay. Anyway, bye.